Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome to another DIY project. Today I'm going to be showing you some nursery decor pieces which have all cost under £5 each to make. So when we decorated my daughter's bedroom, we spent a lot on a fresh carpet, so we didn't have much money left over to decorate the room, so I've done a few DIYs to really bring it to life. So I'm going to show you this Pom Pom wall hanging behind me, this height chart that you can see in the background, and this little pot of decorative sticks as well. So without further ado, I'll get cracking. For this project, I headed to my local woods to find a nice straight stick. Once I'd found one, I brought it home and gave it a good scrub and then sawed off both ends just to tidy it up. Once my stick was ready, I then moved on to making the pom-poms. So I bought 3 different balls of wool from the 99p store, so it cost me just under £3. And then ploughed through with making those with this pom-pom maker. If you don't have a pom-pom maker, you can always use 2 rings of cardboard stuck together, or some forks you can use. There's loads of different methods you can use, so you can just look them up online to see how to do them. But I stuck with my pom-pom maker and made, I think, about 16 pom-poms in total. Once they were all made, I laid everything out on the table so I could get a good pattern, and then made some strings to run down from the wood by plaiting 3 strands of the cream wool together. I also made one to run across the top to make a hook to hang it on the wall. Then all that was left to do was to tie the pom-poms on to the strands hanging from the wood. I decided to tie my strands to the wood first and then hang it up so I could make sure all my pom-poms were in line. Then all that was left to do was to hammer a nail into the wall and hang the piece on top. I decided to place it over my daughter's cot against the main wall, and it really stands out as a great feature because it's such a big piece. For this next project, I headed down to my local beach and picked up some pieces of driftwood that were fairly straight. I then took them home and peeled off any loose bark that was remaining on them, and then gave them a good scrub with a scrubbing brush and some warm soapy water. Once they were dry, I grabbed some white emulsion and simply painted a pattern down the full length of each stick. My daughter's bedroom is an Aztec theme, so I've gone with an Aztec pattern here, but you could use any sort of pattern you like and any colour. I think these would look great with, say, a golden tipped end. Next, I grabbed an old sauce jar and washed it out and took off the label. I used washi tape to wrap all the way around the top. This covered the screw area of the jar and gave it a little added extra. And here's the finished piece. I've placed it on this side table and styled it with this simple cactus candle. For this last project, I headed to the shed and grabbed the longest piece of wood I could find. If you don't have any available, you can always look on Facebook Marketplace, where there's always people trying to get rid of offcuts of wood, or you could use some old pallet wood. I grabbed my orbital sander and gave it a sand down and rounded off all of the corners. Next, I used this colour-on wood dye and dyed the whole piece to match with the furniture in my daughter's room. Of course, you don't have to dye this, you could leave it as a wood effect piece, or you could paint it any colour you like. I then grabbed my tape measure, measured the whole length of the wood and marked on the key measurements. Since we're in the UK, I used feet and inches. I then grabbed some old furniture paint and just painted on each marker. I then penciled on each of the main numbers, so in this case each foot, and then again painted this on using the furniture paint. After it had dried, I headed up to my daughter's nursery and just placed it against the wall. So here's the finished piece. If you enjoyed this video, remember to give it a big thumbs up, and if you want to see more DIYs in the future, hit the big red subscribe button. I'll see you on the next one. Bye!